Hey guys, welcome back to Itiri TV. So happy to have you here. Thank you to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. My channel is small. This is my second YouTube channel where I do a lot of experimenting with things that I post, but lately I've gotten a lot into hauling craft materials from Ollie's, and this is another Ollie's haul. This is a smaller Ollie's haul that I'm doing today, and I'm so happy to have you here. All of my Ollie's hauls include items that I've collectively found in various Ollie's, various cities, various towns, just between North Carolina, South Carolina, eventually Georgia and Florida, and some Virginia also, some Virginia Ollie's. So we're going to jump right in and start with these American craft calendar poster boards. I had not seen these in any Ollie's. I'm going to zoom you out, okay? That was zooming in. I'm going to zoom you out. So this is how they look, and the calendars are gold foiled. I don't know exactly how big of a sheet of paper this is. They don't tell you on the tag, but it's called a gold foil calendar, and it's designer poster board. And these are so nice. They were only 25 cents and I purchased two. I'm actually going to take these and get these laminated. I want to use these as like desk pads. That's what I want to use these for. And so I'm super, super excited about these two. I only saw these in one Ollie's, and so I haven't seen them anywhere else. 25 cents. I probably should have gotten more, but I couldn't figure out where I would put all of them. But I do plan to get these laminated if I am able to. Okay, the next thing I want to go over is this stamp pressure tool, by We Are Makers. Basically, we are memory keepers, but they have different divisions of the We Are memory keepers, and this one is like the We Are Makers for making things, of course. I thought this was going to be a stamp block, and I got so excited. And this is not a stamp block. This is just to help you put pressure on if you're stamping and using the stamping tool. But I did do some stamping using this pressure tool and one of these clear stamps. So I've never stamped with this new way of like peeling off these clear stamps, sticking them on a block and putting ink on them and then stamping them down. Like, I'm used to the wooden stamps. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know what the heck these were when I first started seeing people show these. I have not gotten my block yet. Yes, I know I need a block. I don't need to be told that. But I did just want to press down with this little tool that I purchased. This little tool that I purchased was on the American Crafts table, and it was only $1. And I thought it was a stamp block, which I need for these little clear stamps to go on. And that's why I got really excited when I purchased it. And I actually had purchased more than one, and I had to end up taking them back because it wasn't what I really wanted. But I did keep one. And so I tried to put some ink on my little stamp, and then I'm just going to press down. And then I got my little cactus. But of course, I need the clear block to, better handle this little stamping thing I'm trying to get into. This stamping ink also was from Ollie's, and it's kind of dry. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like it's drying out quicker than I wanted it to. So I probably should have purchased way more ink pads than what I did purchase. I'm just gonna store these in here right now. I got to figure out where I'm gonna put my stamps once I start peeling them off. Where do you guys put your little stamps when you peel them off? Do you put them in like little slots? I've got little albums that I showed in one haul. I think it's a haul previous to this one that I'm thinking about putting all my little peeled off stamp things in. That's why I prefer wooden stamps. I still prefer wooden stamps over this because I don't have to worry about storing these, but I am going to purchase more wooden stamps as I find them. My little cacti. I do love cacti and succulents right now. This was purchased from the Dollar Tree, and these stamps were purchased from the Dollar Tree, but this stamper tool and the ink was purchased from Ollie's. So I just wanted to show that. This stamper tool was $1 again. This was purchased at my local Ollie's, and they had only a few left, just 8 on the table. And so I was a little disappointed because when I went into my local Ollie's, I could tell they had probably had a lot of We Are Maker stuff put out one day, and it was just a day I didn't go in there, like, because I don't go every day. A lot of people go every day to their local Ollie's because you have to catch them putting the stuff out to catch it before it's gone. And I think I missed a wave of American craft stuff that people, of course, found before me and was able to purchase, because these were the last 8 just sitting on that table. And this is just showing you a little bit more about the tool, comfort grip handle here. If you have stamps, you can use them to stamp down. I actually have this paper. That's interesting. And you can see the little ink pad there. And this is a stamping press machine they're stamping on. So I'd like to actually get that because I'd like to get more into the stamping thing. But anyway, I think I missed the wave of my local Ollie's, and I was a little mad about that. The Ollie's is 15 minutes away from me. I feel like I missed a wave of American crafts items, but it is what it is. Also, these stickos letters, these black letters, I think these are like velvet. There's 104 pieces. These were in my local Ollie's. They had a whole box left of these. And I believe these, again, were put out with the American craft items that I evidently missed. I missed a wave, I believe. And so I'm kind of a little upset because my Ollie's 15 minutes away never has like a lot of stuff. So I think I missed a day, but I missed a good day of stuff, I think. But they did have a whole huge box of these. I mean, just tons of these. So I purchased 2 for $1. I purchased these thickers. There was only 1 pack of these left in the Ollie's, and another Ollie's I went to by American Crafts, and they are glittery. There was only 1 pack of these pink ones just randomly sitting, so I did purchase those. Those were $1. I did purchase some more standard envelopes. In my head, I'm about to make a whole bunch of custom envelopes in my mind. Like, I've got all of these plans. These envelopes are probably going to sit for a minute until I really get myself together. But I did purchase these standard white envelopes. They were only $1.29. So like, I keep hoarding different types of envelopes because I haven't completely made up in my mind about like what I want to do, but I know I want to do something. So then we have these metallic brush pens. I purchased these for $1.99. I just purchased these because I was like, why not? I do have brush pens, but not really metallic ones. I have a brush pen set, but not with metallic brush pens. These are by Art 101. So we'll see how these work. Those are the colors: the brown, the gold, the green, blue, purple, and that grayish charcoal. So $1.99. Thought that was good. These are six metallic markers come in this. Then I was getting fancy because I'm like, with all these cool sketchbooks I'm buying, I may as well try out some oil pastels. I've never used a pastel a day in my life, okay, to color or do anything with. They are very messy just from what I can see, just from looking at them, you know, and just seeing how pastels come packaged. Like, you can see this is very messy. So I am going to take care of like how I color and where I color with these. But I was like, yeah, I'm kind of interested now. And these are oil pastels. So I'm kind of interested just to see what it feels like to color with these, or to draw, or just to make lines, or whatever I feel like doing, you know. I'm trying to stay de-stressed and not depressed, okay? This is $2.99, and these were, let's see, how many come in this pack? How many did they say come in this pack? 25 assorted colors. And they list the colors out there for you. So $2.99, I thought that was a great price. You know, art supplies, especially the high quality art supplies, that stuff is expensive, y'all. And I've never been an artist to have to need to purchase anything, but since it's cheap now, I can play with stuff. So I did purchase another one of these art journaling, again, sketchbooks. I purchased 2 white ones, and I saw the brown one, and I was like, yeah, I'll just purchase it because now I need to have both, since there's a white and a brown one. It's just a plain sketchbook with plain white paper. I opened one in my other haul, and I told you guys how thin the paper is. The paper is thinner than some other sketchbook paper that I've purchased. in other sketchbooks. Like even the sketchbook I've purchased in Ross had thicker paper than this. But I do like how it looks, and I do like that it's plain, so I can decorate it. And it's $2.99. It was $2.99. I only bought one brown one. They did have a box of these. I have 2 white ones and 1 brown one, and I'm satisfied with that. So I'll probably decorate both my white and my brown one at some point. Oh, let me show you guys something cool. So I did find this in the on the American Crafts table. I found this on the American Crafts table with the bakery stuff. I think this is so cute. I actually thought about putting my little stamp things in here as like organization too. It's a food tin gift set, but I'm not going to use it as that. And it's 6 pieces, and the 3 top covers. Includes 3 small tins and 3 covers. I purchased like 4 of these. Yeah, I purchased like 4 of these because they were only $1. I thought those were really neat. Treat tins. They're called treat tins by the Sweet Shop, American Crafts. And these were in my local Ollie's, and I hadn't seen these in any other Ollie's so far. So my local Ollie's had those. I think I've been in the house, like not going to Ollie's for like, I think 5 days now, like a week, 7 days, maybe. I don't know, because I've been going so frequently, but like 7 days in Ollie's time, like y'all know, like that can be a long time, especially if they are like putting stuff out at the good Ollie's. So like twiddling my fingers, but I'm gonna get back out there next week for sure and do some Ollie's hopping. These envelopes were $4.99. Okay, I didn't know that those were. I thought they were cheaper than that, but they were $4.99. These are by Nina Social, and they're 25 envelopes. I'm hoarding envelopes, y'all, because in my mind I want to do so many different things. In my mind, I want to decorate holiday things just to put cool money and stuff in for the holidays and for birthdays. So I'm like hoarding envelopes. And then I keep watching people make envelope books, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. So these were $4.99. And these are pretty good quality envelopes. They were smooth. They weren't extra thick. Like they really shouldn't have been $4.99. I don't know what we're paying for. I don't know if we're paying for like just the deepness of the color, because they're not extra special, but the color is really nice. And these are a size A7. And I could punch these and actually use these as envelopes in a planner to keep stuff in. You know how like we have our pocket folders in our planners? These would make good pocket folders. Maybe I could even glue 2 together and double it up or something. I don't know. I'll play around with that since it's an A7 size. But I did purchase those. There was only 1 pack of these thrown around. I noticed that when I find fancy envelopes, it's usually only 1 pack thrown somewhere near the school supplies. So I was able to find some foam mounting squares. I've been trying to find a lot of different double-sided adhesive options because I don't know what I'm going to like and what I'm going to like using when I'm doing my envelope crafting. So I got some of these. I've been collecting dots, squares, glues. We'll see. This was only 99 cents. Contains 64 squares. This is by Front Porch Treasures, the original super glue. So we'll see. We'll see how well these do. I think they'll do well. Then I purchased this really cool mini journal for only $1.99 by Christian LaCroix. I don't know how to pronounce it. I see his or her stuff. I don't know if it's a him or a her. Somebody let me know. I'm going to go with him. His stuff sporadically in Ollie's. So he is in there. It's just a plain lined notebook. But I love that it bends. Like it's very foldable. Like this paper that it's made out of is very foldable. The art is very beautiful. This is the second Christian LaCroix journal that I've purchased from Ollie's. And I think the art is really pretty. So $1.99, and there was only one of these laying around. And let's see, then I saw these. Oops. Open these. These were $2.99, a pack of 3. Remarkable Plants notebooks. Let's see. These are by Thames and Hudson. Very pretty. Very pretty. A little bit distressed. And I think there might have been a few of these in whatever Ollie's I was in. But these two are just lined. And, ooh, this is okay. Grid. Blank. Oh, I love that. I love that. So I purchased these Heidi Swap journal covers, which I discussed in another video. And now that I see how they really work and like what things really fit in those journals, I'm getting excited about all the little mini journals I can put in that journal cover. And now this is going to be a set that I'm going to put. If I see another one of these, I have to get another pack because I didn't know that it gave us all 3. Did it tell us that on the thing? Hold on, y'all. I got to see. 64 pages each. 3 notebooks. I don't think it told us. If it had shown the paper on the inside, I would have purchased at least 2 packs. That was a good buy. And how much did I say that was, y'all? $2.99? It was $2.99 for those 3. Okay. And then I was able to get 2 of these, practice hand lettering. I've mentioned this in some of my planner videos, but I don't have nice handwriting. And this is by American Crafts, and you can go over with cursive. You can practice cursive. But for me, I'm going to trace. I'm not going to actually learn how to do this. I'm going to trace what's in here. Okay, it's got some lettering pages where you can practice drawing letters. Okay. You can use a brush pen. Oh, they did a little thicker paper for the brush pen. Then you can use the pen. I just thought this was really good. And, this could be used for kids too, if you're trying to teach them how to lettering. But I think this is like a beginner's guide practice hand lettering. Yeah, I think this is for adults. Includes 50 6-inch by 8-inch practice pages, affirmations. And so I did open one. Go slay all the dragons that stand in your way. Okay, so these do include affirmations. Take time for yourself. I hadn't read these. Be yourself. There is no one better. Okay, yeah, I'm going to trace this stuff. I don't think I'm going to actually learn how to write this pretty, but I'm going to trace this stuff. And I did purchase 2. These were only $1.99 in the American Crafts section of one of the Ollies. And let's see. I did find some really great coloring books. Please do not sleep on the coloring book aisle in Ollie's, y'all. Like, don't sleep on it because they have a lot of coloring books that can be used as decorative papers. And you just go in there and look around, because go to that section and look around because you won't be disappointed. Now, this one is a Kawaii Cupcakes and Kitties coloring book. I am collecting the Kawaii coloring books, so that's why I purchased this one. For none other than I'm a Kawaii fan. Okay, I'm a big kid when it comes to Kawaii. So I bought this one to add to my collection. This was $3.99. But this one I bought, this flowers one I bought to use more artistically. And I just want to show you how gorgeous these flowers are. This coloring book is not in my local Ollie's. Now, my local Ollie's has a lot of great coloring books, but I have not seen this one. Look at how beautiful. And both sides of the page is like the opposite side, the opposite page always has color on it. Look at how detailed these flower pictures are. And you guys, like, I wouldn't even color this. This is something I'm just going to use for something. Like this black and white is perfect. You don't even need to color these blacks and whites. And then the colorful side just looks like wallpaper. Like, this is gorgeous. So of course I'm going to rip these out and, oh, look at this one. I'm going to rip these out and do something with them. And if I see this again, I might get a second one, but I'm not even a huge flower person other than cacti lately. But like, I am in love with this. And the paper is not super thin. This is nice. I mean, it's not like 65-pound paper, but it's a nice weight where it's thicker than regular computer paper, I want to say. I feel like it is. But whatever it is, it's nicer than like a notebook paper, you know? So you can definitely use it for something. This is called the language of flowers. So definitely don't need to color these flowers. You can just rip these pages out and use them. Use them as you wish. Let's see. Oh, I got this Project Life kit. Another card kit by American Crafts. These are the cards that are in there. I think I'm going to make a second chat project video where I go through the cards because I'm planning and I'm praying to find even more of these card boxes. Like I went over 2 in a separate video that I found that I really love. And then I found this one. And when I go Ollie's hopping again next week, I'm hoping to find some more. So I'll probably do a separate video like breaking these apart. But if you have a memory book, you can use them in your memory book like that, along with your pictures. That's what these cards are for, to help you decorate in between your pictures. And of course, American Crafts was selling memory books or scrapbooks, like we used to call them. And they still call them scrapbooks, but like memory keeping sometimes is you have different sorts of books for different sorts of things, rather. So I do have a video coming where I'm going to show all the memory books I've been hauling from Ross lately, because I've been seeing them a lot at Ross. I've seen a few at Ollie's, the memory books without the kits, but at Ross, I've been finding the kit, meaning the memory book already contains pages for you to start with. So I will be going over that in another haul. So you get 2 photo pocket pages, 1 Project Life card. So actually, no. Oh, you just get the cards in this. I'm sorry. And they're telling you to use the pages and then create the album. That's what they're telling you. Sorry. But this is by Becky Higgins. So I'm going to show that in more detail in another video. And then last but not least, I found, y'all, I finally found one of the paper pads that I wanted. Now, this is not everyone's favorite, but this is one of my favorites. The Wild Floral. And yes, I'm going to flip through it. Yes, I am. I don't care how many people have flipped through this paper pad. I love this paper pad. This is one of my favorites. I finally found it. And I purchased like 6 of them. Like, I'm not even ashamed. I don't care. I wanted as many as I could hoard. And I did leave some behind because it was still a box in there. It was getting low though. This is by DCWV. I really wish I could find more DCWV paper pads because I am loving what I see people haul. But the Wild Floral is just speaks to me. It speaks to me. And these pages are double-sided, and you do get 2 of each page. You can see that holographic there in that stripe. The flowers with the tiger on the inside. This is one of my favorite paper pads. I don't care what nobody say. This doesn't speak to a lot of people because it is very busy. It is very wild life, but that's why I love it. It's so girly and so preppy. I mean, not preppy, but prissy to me. I love the pinks and things. Those are peacocks and what do you call that bird? I forgot the name of that bird, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Green is nice. And I'm so torn. That's why I bought so many of these because I don't want to have to give up a page. Like whatever I do, I want both sides to show. That's the only downside about double-sided paper pads is you kind of have to give up one depending on how you're using. You kind of have to give up one side of the paper depending on how you're using the paper. But it depends on the project, of course. But then we've got more tigers. These tigers are slightly bigger than the other ones. I love anything with foil. And these are snakes. I actually really like the pink snakes because they don't look evil. They just look cute. And in some cultures, snakes represent new birth because of how they shed their skin, coming into your new self. Y'all, I about spazzed when I saw this paper pad just sitting there. So happy I was finally able to haul this. This was a win for me. And then for the big kahuna, I saw someone haul this and I was like, I hope I find this. And y'all, I did. So this Park Lane Rustic Meadows includes 34 sheets of printed cardstock with specialty paper. There's vellum in this paper pad, y'all. There were only 3 left. I purchased all 3. This was $1.99. This was $1.99 as well. So, dang, my paper pads are not ringing up $1 like some of y'all's. Okay, I see how it is. This is a collection pad, includes foil, shimmer, canvas, textured, acetate, and embossed. And I've seen people haul this before. Oh, these have multiple sides. Okay, so this is textured paper. Let's just start at the top. Let me zoom you out a little bit. It is so hard to do this on camera. I know y'all be feeling my pain when y'all are trying to film this. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go this way with it. This is a shimmery pink, rose pink. And this is a shimmery kind of, you can't really tell, but it's a shimmery white. And these have front and backs. So again, we're going to have another conundrum where I'm like, I don't want to use this paper because I don't want to lose anything. Then you have cutouts here. And they give you 2 of each. This feels like fabric. This doesn't have a backing. This is quite a beautiful paper pad. One of my favorites. You have a gold piece here. There's no backing to that. These stripes are some of my favorite stripes in any paper pad that I've seen. You can see the backs here. Another pink and white. More cutouts. These cutouts are great for card making. This is textured. This feels very textured and it's got a shimmer to it. Can you imagine how much this would have been at Joann's during its heyday? I never had been into a Joann's before, y'all. I've never stepped foot into one, and now they're closed, so I never will. I just was not a part of the loop. Here's your vellum. That is so beautiful. I don't know what I would use this for. And this is more gold foil. More gold. They love giving you gold in this one. This is more fabric. This is a little bit harder textured than the first fabric piece of paper. And then here are your colors. And these colors are all textured. Front and back, different colors front and back. I'm so glad I got 3 of these because if I do use these and don't just look at them for a while because they're so nice. Like this is so like what's the word? Like top tier paper, like in this particular pad. It's so elegant. So I can only imagine how much this was back in its heyday. But that concludes this particular haul. I'm so glad that I found these 2 paper pads. These 2 were definitely my scores. And they were located in the same Ollie's. And these were the only 2 paper pads that they had in that Ollie's. And so it was just a huge, huge win. And that particular Ollie's was like maybe 2 hours from me. Like I say in all my videos, like all of my favorite Ollie's items have been in Ollie's where I've had to drive a pretty far distance. So it's definitely it's been worth it for me every time. I know that a lot of people have not been finding what they're looking for or finding a lot of the fun stuff like this, but it's definitely been worth it for me in the North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia area. So keep trying and definitely don't be afraid to drive outside of your normal distances. I will have more hauls coming soon. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and put like a tiger in the comments. If y'all don't have a tiger, put some type of a wild animal, maybe a bird, a tiger, a cat. Put something that you saw on this paper pad, a snake, a peacock. Put one of them. Let me know you made it to the end. See you soon, guys.